Righto, test Bushy, test 1, 2. Give us the check.
Check. How much is it for?
Check, check.
How many checks?
Give us a check. Kenny, are we
Hello.
there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
We're here?
Am I here?
Excellent.
Am I showing up?
Right, we are showing up. Okay, all right. We've just got a few more minutes before we start this. Tell you what, have we got everything ready, boys? Is everything ready?
Preparation?
Preparation. Oh, yeah, we've got to get stuff ready.
Well, I'm a bit tired already.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, okay, so we've got audio. Audio's good. If everyone, Cara, can you hear us? Digital Cara?
Yes.
Digital Naomi, can you hear us? Yep. All right.
So you got a lag over there?
A lag or a loogie?
Just had digital colour.
Digital Cara. Digital Cara. Three minutes countdown. I tell you, it's almost palpable the tension. You know, how many people are just looking forward to this? It's going to be great.
I hope my mum's not going to be disappointed.
Your mum has tuned in. Your mum's watching right now.
She doesn't even know. She doesn't even care. As a matter of fact, she's probably disassociated herself from me completely.
All right, couple of minutes. Have you got everything ready, Bush?
No.
Oh, come on. Got the Rugers ready?
One of them.
Okay, well that's good. Couple more minutes, folks. We'll be right with you.
Should have brought me a guitar.
You don't have a guitar.
I know. That's why I didn't bring it.
Actually, you should have brought yours.
Oh, yeah.
We could have had a nice little sing-song.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We're looking here, folks. We're looking at what?
Bit of a last minute adjustment.
Last minute.
Brought me sunglasses.
All right, gentlemen, we're just about to go live. We should be live. Hello, everybody.
Here
We're
we are.
here. We've made it. Are we live? Cara, digital Cara.
Well, Cara's waiting for the lag.
She's waiting for the lag to come through. Hey, listen, everybody, welcome to the very first NIOA TV live stream for 2019. Welcome, boys.
Hey, mate.
Well, it's not only for 2019, it's the first one ever.
First one
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
This is groundbreaking
Groundbreaking
stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Stay with us.
Yes.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Anything.
Now, listen, let me tell you how today's going to run. Today, our topic is Ruger. All right, so we're going to just maybe look at doing these, see the popularity, see if it's something that you guys are interested in and learning. Don't forget, you're on Facebook. Now's the time to start asking your questions. So if we're talking about stuff you want to know more about, we've got Digital Cara and Digital Naomi back there. They're going to check what all the questions and stuff coming through. Give us a round of applause, ladies.
Oh,
There we go.
it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought what we might do. Oh, listen, we've got some great prizes to give away too, haven't we, Ken?
Well, I wouldn't say great. Oh,
It's not like it's a new car or anything.
no. It depends on your view of what great is actually when you think about it.
Stubby cooler. I think we've got like a cap.
What's the vote, girls? Do you think that's great?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think
Apparently it's great.
we've also got, I don't know,
Oh, I think this is pretty good.
we've got some bar mats as well to give away. So
I like 'em. Quality.
All right.
Well
so,
done.
I thought what we might do just to sort of start the show is just to sort of give you guys a bit of insight into the minds of Ken and Bushy. But I thought, you know, it would be interesting to sort of see the background that these guys have actually had in the firearms industry throughout the years. If you look at someone like Ken, there's obviously been a lot of years. Okay, so but I thought what we might do first is we'll start with Bush. Bush, how did you actually get involved in selling firearms in the firearms industry?
Wasn't ready for that one.
This is going to be a long story.
Well, how long? We got an hour. So, my old man bought a property in 1971, put a gun in my hands and said, shoot that. So I did. Been buying guns, shooting guns ever since then. Had 5 jobs while I was at school, 5 separate jobs just to fund my shooting habit. Bit of a worry. Better than a drug habit though. And by 1976, I'd finished school, walked straight into a job at Emmy Humphreys and Company, which was a hide and skin buyer in the heart of Brisbane here. And they sold to professional kangaroo shooters and country stores. And basically I was a storeman there, became an invoicing clerk, counter jockey, then went to work for Stewart & Ord, which was a Sydney wholesaler and repped the northern part of the country. That was in 1985. And in 1997, Bill Nye persuaded me to come and work for him, and I've been here ever since. So 43 years in the industry, mate.
Wow, that's amazing. And Bush, over that time, you've obviously seen a lot of changes in the firearm industry, especially in the commercial market. So Bushy is our national sales manager for NIOA here, and part of the work that you actually did was repping on the road and all that sort of stuff. And someone that you used to rep for, believe it or not, was this guy, Ken Stevens.
Which was memorable.
Oh, indeed.
Very memorable.
Yes.
Probably
yes.
the tightest rep I've ever had.
So Ken,
Couldn't even get a cup of coffee out of him.
Tell us just a little bit, first of all, just a bit about your history and then how you met this guy.
It's a little bit the same as Bushy, actually. Started from very young. I came from a family that was were very much involved in hunting and shooting and all the rest of it. A lot of it out of necessity. My dad was one of 7 kids, and his dad's 86 now. So you can imagine a family. They lived in Warwick, in Queensland, and they, it was a tough time with 7 kids. And so a lot of the protein that they would eat would be anything they could, they could shoot, catch, run over with the car. So that's how that's how it kind of started. And
Doesn't sound anything like the start to mine.
Well, you was told to shoot something. I just had a more elaborate story about how we're going to shoot something. But to not get too long-winded, yes. So that was kind of always been involved in shooting and hunting. And then my dad got he was very much interested in clay target shooting. And I used to trot around to clubs with him when I was a young fella, and I always wanted to do that, so I took that on with him as well. And then it grew into a business. When I was 16 years old, we started off a little bit of a part-time business from home, back in the days when you could do that. And then we graduated to a shop in Carina, and then we got another shop in Ipswich. And I worked behind the counter of those shops, the Carina shop, for 20 years. And then Bushy and Rob made me an offer that I couldn't refuse, and I started here in 2007, so I've been here for 12 years, and as you've already said, Bushy, well, I actually met Bushy through shooting it. We knew when we were teenagers at the gun club shooting, so...
Okay, so that was probably back when the world was still black and white?
Oh, it was very flat. Very flat.
Yeah.
And a bit black and white.
Yeah,
anyway, that's sorry if that was a bit long-winded, but that's the story. That's how we are where we are. Right. And yeah, so I'm the national marketing manager on the commercial side of the business. Yeah. And there you go. Does that answer the question?
It does. I know that you say you've been here for 12 years, and I've worked with you for about 8 of those, and it has felt a lot longer. Okay, so I just wanted to maybe make that point. Now listen, today our theme is Ruger and questions about Ruger. Now, Ruger's quite a synonymous brand for firearms. It's a very popular brand. It's absolutely well known in the US, and it's absolutely well known here. But Bushy, how did we acquire the Ruger brand? Because we've had it for many years, haven't we?
Yeah, look, you put me on the spot. I think it's about 10 years now. We're always on the lookout for quality brands, and there's no question that Ruger is one of those. Basically, the distributor at the time, which was Acacia Imports, who was the distributor for Ruger and Savage, wanted to exit the industry. We made them an offer. They accepted. We bought them, and we were lucky that the agencies came with it, because they don't always do that. But we talked to Ruger, they were happy to bring us on board. So yeah, it was just quite simply an acquisition of another company.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting to know how we've obtained brands and get this sort of thing. All right, well, let's get into it. We've got everyone starting to get on board now, I believe, Cara. Don't forget, guys, if you're on Facebook and you've got any questions, just start typing them in, and Digital Cara and Digital Naomi will get those questions to us, and we'll try and answer them the best that we can for you. But I thought what we might start with, Bushy, is the Ruger Go Wild.
Why wouldn't you?
Hey, now this is a Ruger American rifle.
Yeah,
and yeah, so just take us through some of the features and what you love about this Go Wild.
Well, we'll do a bit of an overview on Ruger American centerfire for the beginning, because I'm going to show you one in every colour today except black, because black isn't a colour, it's the absence of colour. And this rifle has a lot of colour. Go Wild camo. But basically, there it is, live, see?
Yes, basically, we are live, Bushy.
Yeah. If we start from the bottom and work our way up. So even the magazine system in an American centerfire rifle has like 4 different options, which is, to me, is good flexibility. Some people say, oh, you know, why would you need all those options? Well, we've got an AI style magazine. So the AI CS box magazine fits into it. So if you've already got a rifle with those magazines, you now don't have to buy any more. They fit straight into this rifle. So it's a pretty smart idea, I reckon.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got the standard Ruger rotary magazine. We've got a single stack magazine for things like 300 Winchester Magnum and 450 Bushmaster. And we've got the AR magazine. Oh. So in 223 and 300 Blackout, there's a 10-shot AR style mag. So we've got a number of options at the bottom end here. Working our way up into the bedding system of the rifle. It's a really great system. It's called a power bedding system. It's simply 2 alloy blocks in V's that the action screws simply screw straight into. So you can't get a simpler and more rigid system. There's actually action cuts underneath both sides of this action that lock exactly into it, just like a recoil lug, and they locate there. And when they do that, they also free float the barrel at the same time. If you actually pull the rifle apart, somebody put a lot of thought into it and made it as simple as they can. It's a brilliant system. It works really, really well. As far as the barrel goes, we've got basically Ruger, what do they call that, Kenny? Hammer forging.
That's what they call it.
They do.
Well
they cold hammer forge every barrel for every gun. Doesn't matter whether it's a pistol or rimfire or centerfire.
Wow.
And cold hammer forging gives you the toughest barrel money can buy, basically. That's what they do for all the military machine gun barrels. So as far as endurance goes, you can't beat that for barrel making. It's a very expensive way to do it because the machine to do it costs a small fortune. But when you can set up to do that, you end up with a great product. And basically, cold hammer forging is just putting a bar stock over a rifled piece of incredibly hard steel and flogging the hell out of it and squashing it onto that mandrel. And that forms your rifling, and then they just clean the rest of it up, pre-stress it, de-stress it, and make it bronze in some places. And away you go. So you've got a great barrel system there. The bolt is triple locking lug at 120 degree all the way around. It's a really simple system, beautiful cylindrical type operation, you know, like all the cylinder within cylinder, and that's where a lot of accuracy comes from. 70 degree bolt lift, so you've got no issues about mounting scopes on it. Variety of colours in a quite good stock with a very soft recoil pad on it. And that's pretty much the bones of it. Some come with a rail, some come with blocks, some come with nothing.
Yeah, the marksman trigger.
It does have a trigger, and that was at the bottom, well spotted. That's why I've got him. He's a genius.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at that trigger.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
a nice trigger.
It is. Don't bandy words like genius around, Zach.
Yeah, oh, sorry. I keep forgetting we're live.
We're live.
My job's done.
But it is an adjustable trigger from 3 to 5 pound, and if you've ever adjusted one of these to 3 pound, it is a really sweet little trigger to use. No creep, great trigger, so no need to go spending big money on aftermarket triggers or gunsmiths or anything like that. Out of the box, a great trigger. The other thing, Kenny,
Yes.
and I didn't really realise that they've done this in every American rifle, no matter what the calibre, is they now have 5 groove barrels in every one of them. Do you know why they're 5 groove?
No clue, Bushy, but I've got a feeling you're going to tell me.
He's a genius. There it is again.
Hang on. Is it because 3's not enough and 5's too many?
No, he's not a
7's too
genius.
many?
Yeah.
8's too many? I don't know.
So the trend in target rifle barrels these days is heading towards 5 groove, and and that's only really happened, well, that I'm aware of, in the last 5 years or so. It's an interesting concept because if you take a conventional rifle barrel that's symmetrical, and most of them have 6 grooves, well, when the bullet passes through the barrel, you have a rifling land opposing another rifling land. So you're actually squashing the bullet for both points of the axis across the bullet. And that causes quite a bit of bullet deformation. When you think of a pentagon, when you've got 5 points, that rifling land is always opposite a rifling groove. And therefore, across any axis, you're actually only putting pressure on the bullet from one side, not both. And that basic lessening of bullet deformation, people believe, helps accuracy. And I don't know by how much, but I can tell you what, these 5 groove rifles shoot really well. So it's an interesting concept that they've gone with that across the whole range, across all the calibers.
So Bushy, that's your overview with the Ruger American, but just tell us now specifically, the Go Wild, is this just marketing stuff with the new camos and the bronze stuff? But it's looking great, isn't it? Like, I quite like this, this for a Ruger American.
Well, it suits you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, you're a bit wild.
Oh, Go Wild.
Yeah. Well, it almost gives you instructions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go wild. But no, it's a great little concept. It's a most unusual looking firearm compared to a standard one. It is true Seracote burnt bronze, mainly because we do it right here.
Oh.
We know the colour. In fact, this matches exactly as it does with many guns on the market now. This is true Seracote burnt bronze, and this is a Leupold, one of a few that we actually make in our custom shop here, and we're able to Seracote them. And I'm digressing there, but generally that's quite an expensive cost to that, but because we do them in batches, that's actually not much dearer than a standard matte black scope.
And just to be clear, we don't Seracote the rifle here. We Seracote.
Yeah, only the scope.
Here.
They come from Ruger like this. Correct.
But the other thing, this is a Leupold LRP.
That is, yes.
Just tell us a bit about the LRP, just briefly.
But I was talking about Ruger, mate.
Yeah, I know, just quickly. Because these
Is there going to be a fight?
These are a great scope.
Oh, absolutely. So I've chosen to do this burnt bronze in 2 scopes. This is an LRP, so long range precision. It's an 8.5 to 25 by 50 TMR front focal, which is the most popular one of these scopes we sell. And it's a brilliant scope for ranging, long range shooting because of the elevation in it and this very easy to use dial. So we've done it to set up 4 long range rifles. Also, if you bought this in just use it for a standard hunting rifle, which is what it is, we have a VX3i 4.5 to 14 by 40, which is probably half the cost of this scope. So very affordable and a great scope to put on a rifle like this.
Yeah.
So it's, we've made that combination, not just for this, we have a Savage as well in that colour. And like I said, there's a lot of brands available in burnt bronze. It's very hard to buy a scope in it.
Bushy, just come this way a bit, mate, so we get you in shot. You're starting to creep out of shot a bit, mate. Just come
Me?
in. Oh, yeah.
Creeping. That's...
The people on Facebook just want more of you. They've gone absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but if I get much closer to him, it's going to be a problem.
Okay, someone's just come through on Facebook. Mick has just come through. He's just asked, will you do rings in the same Seracote colour?
No. And there is a reason for that, because we don't need to, because that's the whole idea of accenting the scope with black, black, black. It still looks really good with black rings on it, and it's very expensive just to do a set of rings. I'm serious, just to do because we hot Seracote, we don't cold Seracote, we do the real thing, and it's very expensive to do that set of rings. I don't think you'd want to pay the money, and that's why we've left it as this accent, because as you can see, if you put black rings on that will still look fantastic,
it'll look good,
and that's why we've done it.
So Bush, we've got another question.
Jeepers, somebody's watching.
Yeah,
Ken.
someone's watching. Not just Ken's mum, which is lovely.
G'day, Mum.
Hello, Mrs. Stevens. Good to see you. Now, does the Ruger Go Wild come with an end cap?
No, it does not.
Well.
It comes with you could call a muzzle brake an end cap, but no, this rifle comes set up with a muzzle brake. Certainly, Ruger would be able to supply one as an aftermarket. That was for Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ben's asked that.
There you go. But yeah, look, we rarely get asked for a thread protector or an end cap, whichever one you want to call it. It doesn't mean we can't get them from Ruger, but most people are happy just to run with the brake. Yes, available, doesn't come with one.
All right, cool, great. All right, well, that's the Ruger Go Wild.
No, I haven't spoken about it yet. You digressed and started talking about loophole.
All right, come on, keep going.
What about calibers? What
Yeah, what have I got in caliber? Great. See, I didn't think he'd actually be useful, but he's turning out to be quite
But he doesn't
useful.
know what they are. It's easy to ask the question.
I'll have a bit of a guess.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll come in a 204.
No.
Bugger.
So it's available in 243.
Damn, I was so close.
6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm 08, 308, 450 Bushmaster and 300 Win Mag and 3006. Don't forget the old deer shooting calibre.
Yeah.
Now, in all of those short action calibers with a 308 derivative, hence Creedmoor, etc., you've got this magazine. So it's only a 3-shot, and that's the AICS type mag. You think, why would they bother putting a 3-shot in? Well, it's a nice little compact thing, and guess what? If you've got any AICS mags, I've just pulled this out of a Ruger gun sight, and that's a 10-shot version. Just goes straight in with the power of TV and moving that scope out of the way. It'll go in just like that, and there you go. You've got a 10-shot Go Wild. So it's a great magazine system for that. In your 3006, you've only got the standard rotary Ruger mag, and as I say, the other two calibers, 450, 300 Win, a straight stack, so different system. But if you're buying a Creedmoor or a 243 in this, like everybody sells AICS mags, we've got them in polymer and steel. It's just a great solution, and it's cheap, certainly if you've got another rifle with it, because then you don't have to buy magazines.
So, Bushy, I guess, something that we probably do have to ask is availability of the Ruger Americans, and where they're available, obviously through all leading gun shops and stuff like that. But what is the availability at the moment of Ruger? I know it's a tough question.
Well, it's getting a lot better is the answer. Certainly everyone would know over the last few years we've struggled, mainly because of US domestic market pressure. They've had a president they didn't like much. He put a lot of pressure on gun laws, and therefore sales were through the roof. Now they've got a president they like, and the pressure's come off the market, so now we're getting a lot more product. In fact, in the next 6 weeks, we will have $3 million worth of Ruger product arriving. So things we haven't had before at all are arriving. 300 Winchester Magnum Ruger precision rifles, never had one before. We'll be able to fill every order we've got. Things like that. So it's really, really great to have something to sell. Yeah. And it's not Ruger's fault. There's enormous pressure on them to produce. Sure. But they are catching up, and catching up at light speed. So it's great. Even these we only really started to deliver towards the end of last year or this year, and they'd been out for a year. But no, it's a great little thing. Basically everything comes in 22-inch other than the 300 Win Mag, which is 24-inch.
Just one more question's just come through. Availability in left hand.
Non-availability is the answer.
They don't do a left.
No, they don't do a left-hand Go Wild.
Not in that.
They do a left-handed Predator. They do a left-handed standard rifle. That's about it. So there are left-handed Rugers, but not in Go Wild. No, no, you got to learn to shoot the other way. Sorry.
All right. Well, listen, Ken. Part of your job on this live stream, mate, is that you got to be kind of like the barrel girl sort of thing. You got to take the gun away and bring it back. Price is Right style.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
So we're going to move on from the Ruger American Go Wild.
I'll get rid of them.
Excuse me while I just knock you on the head with that.
Look out.
Right.
How's it going?
Oh, he's a genius, mate. He can do anything, this bloke. Used to be a chippy.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All right.
I've got another one.
So this here is
How we do?
not too bad, but this here is the Ruger American Predator package.
Well spotted.
How's that? All right, Bushy, take us through it.
So, as you can see, this is not Go Wild. This is moss green, another colour. But this is a great little rifle. It's a semi-varmint rifle. I don't know how you actually put that, but it's an in-betweener. So it's not a light sporter rifle. It's got that nice little bit extra weight in the barrel. It's still free-floated. All those things I talked about before. The package itself comes with a Vortex Crossfire 2 4-12 by 44, which is not a bad scope, even though we don't sell Vortex, but we've sold a number of these and we've never had a problem with these scopes, so it's a great little package, set up by Ruger, ready to go, bore-sighted. It's really, really nice presented gun actually. Some people are into green, some not, but I reckon it just flows nicely. This particular rifle you're looking at here is the most popular one we sell, and that is a 223 with the AR magazine. And when I say AR, you can see on the side here, it's basically got the same release as an AR-15. It's not actually an AR-15 magazine, but it's an AR style, and therefore we've got 10 shots straight out of the box, which is great. These are available in more varminting type calibers like 204, 223, 22 to 50, 243, 6.5, Creedmoor 308, 7mm08, and that's about it.
That's about it.
But it's a great rifle. You can buy this clean as well.
Yeah, without
so
the
you can
scope,
buy
yep.
this with or without the scope.
It's offered in more calibers that way too.
Yeah, it is.
And left-handed.
Is he hot or what?
Hey, look
Hey?
at that.
Look at him
Although
go.
Bushy did say this was available in left-hand before.
I know, that's what I found out.
Okay.
But this
No, I
is
didn't.
also available with that AICS magazine that we had in the Go Wild, the AR magazine, and the standard rotary magazine. So there's 3 magazine options in this, depending on the caliber you've got. But it's a really sweet little thing. And as I said, in 223, in Predator, this really hits the mark for Australia with a 10-shot mag, and it's just a great rifle. We sell heaps of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The standard barrel length, I think, is 22 on that, isn't it?
It's 22 in everything except
308.
Genius.
Do
18
you win a
inch.
prize?
Yeah, it's an 18
Do I get
inch and a
something? I don't
308.
Do I get something?
And I can't really explain why that is.
No,
but
neither can I.
It's an American market thing, but the 308 is 18, everything else is 22, and it is threaded, ready to go if you want to do something with a thread.
Hey, Ben, with the end cap here, mate. Look.
Yeah, there it is. Buy this rifle and the other rifle, and then you've got your end cap, mate. No problem.
Oh, and the black one will look good on that. It adds to the accents.
Why wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Ben's got another question.
Oh, he wants to know everything.
He wants to know if that's barrel profile is the same on the American Ranch and
the Predator.
Predator.
Yeah, no, it's not. The Predator is a heavier barrel. I wouldn't say it's probably only one profile up when you talk much. Number 3, number 4 in the Douglas system, but it's definitely a heavier barrel.
Not much in it, no.
No, not much in it, but it is heavier than a ranch rifle.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
We've actually, it's interesting, Bushy, we've got some questions coming through actually about the Ruger RPR. I don't know if this is the time to answer it. Maybe we might get through these Americans first, and then we might come back to talk about the RPR.
You're the maestro, mate.
So that's the Ruger American Predator package. Now, guys, what you can do, I'm sorry I'm standing too close to you, Ken, but some people are saying that they're finding it hard to hear me, so I'm just sort of using your mic here a bit. But all this stuff is happening. We've got Digital Cara and Digital Naomi. The link for all these products will be coming up in your Facebook feed, so you can find out more about them. And don't forget, we are not a retailer, okay? We don't sell directly to the public. You need to go and talk to your local firearms dealer, your local dealer, and again, we hope to have these very soon, Bush.
Yeah, well, it's not as if we don't have stock. There's lots of millions of dollars worth of stock here already, but this will be our biggest influx over the next 6 weeks. Next week, we get a massive shipment, and 4 weeks after that, we get one that's even bigger. So you will see ample Ruger products starting to float around over the next 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. Mate, can you go and get us the ranch?
I can do that. Don't you worry about a thing.
There you are, Kenny.
Thank you.
Well
Bush.
done, mate.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Oh, mate, you want a drink?
Not have you been into it? Jeez.
You got some water for Bushy? You're starting to get a bit parched.
Oh, hang on. I've got my own special vodka over here.
Blend.
There we go. Now we're getting shorter. Well,
Yeah.
how do you want that?
Yeah,
you want
that'll
it like that,
Yeah,
don't you?
Perfect, perfect.
Told you it was shorter.
Now this is the Ruger American Ranch Rifle. How's that intro?
That'll do.
You like that?
Fantastic. Yep.
What colour is it, mate?
That would be some kind of...
Yeah, it's flat dark earth. Yeah.
I was about to say earth dark, but anyway.
I must admit though, everybody seems to have a different flat dark earth. It's
Yes.
it's a nominal colour in this industry.
Yep.
It's very suitable for the firearm. And this, believe it or not, you'd think with a 16-inch barrel that every calibre comes in 16-inch, that people go, oh, it is incredibly popular, this rifle. I think so many people hunt on a quad or just in and out of a vehicle because it's nice and short. It's just such a handy little rifle that it's got so much application. It would really amaze you how many of these we sell in 300 blackout. You know, that's a calibre thing, but 300 Blackout suits this platform beautifully. So it goes really well. Again, we've got magazine options in this, but really only the standard Ruger rotary magazine, and that comes set as a model, or the AR magazine. And the AR magazine's available in 223 and 300 Blackout. And the other guns, 762 by 39, which has a steel 5-shot mag, and 450 Bushmaster.
With a big brake on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the Bushmaster is the only one that comes with a brake. The others are threaded, but they don't come with a brake.
Yep.
But it's a pretty...
There you are, Ben. There you got your end cap, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Desperate to sell this guy an end cap, eh?
It was an end cap.
But look, there's not much else to say about that other than it's a really lightweight, beautiful rifle. It's only about 6 pounds. They shoot really well. We really do well with this rifle in the market. And now that we've got an AR 10-shot version of it as well, it's steaming along even better. They've been a bit scarce on the ground, but in these shipments, we've got a lot more guns coming. We've already delivered a whole lot with AR mags, and we're out, and we're waiting for more stock to come. But they're on the way, so looking good.
So I think Digital Car, you're going to get the link up for the ranch that's up there.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't forget, in the comments section on Facebook, Digital Car is putting the link up. You can go and see this on our website, get even more details about it. And so we've just got one question that's come through regarding the ranch.
Yep.
And that is, will the Ruger Ranch in 300 AAC Blackout be back in stock in Australia? And that was from Husey.
Husey? Geez, been looking. You can meet.
No, not that
Wrong
one.
Husey. Righto. Not a shooter. He's a vegetarian, that bloke.
Getting all excited. I like Husey.
Yeah,
Husey's watching.
No, I don't think he is.
He probably like our style.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. So the answer to the
We have a style.
can I answer the question?
Yeah, please.
Yes, Bushy.
So, look, well spotted. We don't have any. We have delivered a lot. Perhaps they're all gone out the door already. I have looked at these 2 shipments coming in, and we will have 300 Blackouts with the Ruger style mag. Still don't have anything absolutely written on an invoice with an AR style mag yet, but there are plenty of standard ones with that Ruger mag arriving in middle of July.
Okay, well that's cool. All right, now listen, Ken, you're going to start to talk about this. I'm wondering, while Ken's talking about the hot products catalogue, can you go and grab the Muddy Girl?
Muddy?
Yeah, the Muddy Girl.
I wasn't going to talk a whole lot. It just brought it to my attention when you're talking about finding out extra information. As you rightfully have pointed out, all this information you can look up on our website, but there is another way. We have our brand new 2019-2020 hot products catalogue. It's out now. It's actually been out since late last month.
Yeah, it was a little bit late because Digital Car took a fair...
Digital Car did take a long time to lay up this little tiny 500-page catalogue. It was painfully slow. But it's out now. And you should be able to get these at any gun shop around. If your gun shop hasn't got them, all they've got to do is get in touch with us. They are free. Yep. They're free.
And
there's a lot of information. So if you want more information on all this, it's in there. So well done, Digital Cara.
We just had a guy through on Facebook, Chris. Was it Chris Digital Cara?
Yes.
He reckons he's got a 300 Blackout, and he reckons it's a tack driver.
All right.
Yeah, so...
what's he shooting tacks with it for?
I don't know. But he reckons they're not too bad. So
yeah, they are.
Chris.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Well, there was a review also that our friend at Aussie Reviews did on that 450, and he says it's a ripper as well. So have a look at Aussie's review on that rifle as well.
It's all in the 5 grooves.
Oh, jeez.
How many? 5?
5.
Yeah, no. You
5?
Yeah, someone was going to ask a question about your finger in a minute. Okay. The Muddy Girl.
Oh,
now,
it's magically turned up.
Bushy's done a great job.
He's freelancing on me now. We weren't going to talk about this.
We're going to talk about the Muddy Girl, but look, it's different.
Yeah. How is it different, mate?
Well, it's a different colour.
Well spotted. So isn't he a genius?
And it's a dealer exclusive.
Muddyberg camo. Yeah, look, we're going to talk about the OD green too. So we buy probably just a couple of what they call distributor exclusives, and you'll see them on Ruger's website. And they're actually distributor exclusive to domestic market distributors, but because we're export, we're allowed to access them when they do a run of them. So hence, we don't have these all the time. And when we do get them, you know, we get a lot of them. We might get 500 of them or something, so we got them for a while. But it's a really nice little rifle. This is one of those distributor exclusives. This one comes with sights. Incredibly popular. The girls love this, and some of the boys. It's a very striking little rifle. It doesn't come with that high scope comb on it because it comes with open sights, and it's set up that way as whoever orders this distributor exclusive, I'm not sure which company it is, but we also sell those combs. So for argument's sake, you don't want to use the open sights and you want to whack a scope on it, you can buy a comb. All you got to do is push this in, pull this off and put the higher comb on it. You're ready to go for a scope. Gotta love it. Great little rifle.
Yeah, no, they're good. And they are popular. That Muddy Girl camo is quite a popular camo, isn't it?
This is probably our second most popular 22 we sell.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, we sell heaps. We've never got them in stock. It's a real problem because, as I say, they don't do production runs of them. They only do it for this distributor exclusive, and we got a tack on the end of it.
It's great advertising. We've never got them in stock.
Yeah. When we get them, though.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, I've just looked it up on page 28 of the Hot Products catalogue, Bushy, and I see it's
nice.
22 LR only.
Correct.
Right.
Well spotted, Kenny.
What a shame. No, I just thought I'd look that
How
up for
about you
you.
go and grab the OD green?
That's Ken's job.
Okay.
Correct, it is.
Now, we've actually had someone say, Bushy,
Yes.
Digital Car has just sent me a note. They want to know when we're going to do more NIOA TV YouTube videos.
Well, you're in charge of that.
Yeah, I know.
So don't ask me.
Quite frankly, I don't know what you've been doing.
Yeah. Answer the question.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so I'll answer the question the best I can. We've been really, really busy. And but we do hope to get something out sometime.
The truth of that whole thing, while we're actually talking about
Yeah.
it, is that we really enjoy doing that stuff.
Love it.
But it is time consuming,
It is
and
time
it takes a lot of...
If we did it all live, it wouldn't take long at all.
No, but
true.
there's a fair bit of editing.
Yeah, I was going to say the quality wouldn't be very good.
There's a lot of editing. So yes, we'd love to do some more, and I think we do have a plan at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, so the
we
plan
just
is,
need to execute that plan.
Correct. The plan is that we need to have a meeting.
About having a meeting.
To have a plan to make some more episodes. But listen, there should be some coming out in the next few months. We'll get
We're
onto
supposed to be talking about Ruger, not you.
it. I know. Let's talk about this. The
Right.
Ruger American OD Green.
Asking the questions, answering the questions.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Go
Actually,
for it, Bushman.
Me.
Yep. Let's
It's
talk
my
about
turn.
it. It's your turn.
I thought this was Ken's rifle.
No.
It's a lovely rifle. I actually really like this. I think this is moss green. Again, it's a distributor exclusive, so not a standard rifle. I really wish Ruger would make it as a standard rifle because we've been selling this for probably 2 or 3 years and it's just so popular, it just keeps going. This one has a different flavour to the Muddy Girl you just saw because it doesn't have sights and therefore it has the higher comb and it comes standard with that. Comes with a nice rail on it as well. And I might point out that even the American rimfire has most of the features of the centerfire, like the power bedding system with those 2 alloy blocks. This rifle has that. This actually has a 60-degree bolt lift rather than a 70, so it's even better with lower scopes. Got a beautiful little target barrel in it, plus a bit of threading on the end. 10 shot, ready to go.
Yep.
Same trigger, 3 to 5 pound trigger in it. Yeah, you got to love that little rotary mag.
best magazine ever.
We even have a magazine loader for that now.
Yep.
You can
We do
just,
too, yeah.
you can just crunch, 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 and it'll fill it
They're
up.
just fantastic.
Actually, just here's a little exclusive. We're going to have some video of that mag loader out later on, in a few days.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, newsflash.
that was the Caldwell.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, good thing. But look, there's probably not much more to say about that too. It's a really sweet little rifle. They shoot great.
Yep, they do.
Ready to go.
They're a
They do it
pleasure
in
to
22
shoot.
long rifle and 22 Magnum in this one. And we will have both of them arriving next month.
Okay, great. Yeah.
That's a really nice glossy finish on that. too,
Yeah,
isn't
I love it. It's a whoever dreamt that distributor exclusive up needs a pat on the back. That's a great little rifle.
Someone's just asked on the book face,
The book face.
heavy barrel.
It is a heavy
It's
barrel.
reasonably heavy,
Yeah, no, it
It's
may
a
not
bull.
look it in the pic. I can tell you, this is more than heavy enough for a rimfire. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a bull barrel. It's not
No,
that big.
but it's only 18 inch.
Yep.
And it's quite thick and stout. So yeah, it's an awesome little rifle. It shoots really well.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Like it.
All right, Ken, get rid of that one. Grab us the next one, mate.
What's coming now?
We've got the Ruger Mark IV.
It's not even a rifle.
We've got something shorter.
No, something shorter. Just come this way a bit, Bushman. I don't want
Me?
Yeah, come this way. Come. Just don't want you getting out of. No.
All right,
Not in front of the camera.
I'll tell you what, I'll just stick that there for
There
the
we go.
minute.
Nice.
Just so where you can see it.
All right, so Bushy, this is the Ruger Mark IV, the 678 competition pistol. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
This pistol, along with the 678 Hunter, which is a very similar derivative to this, has slightly different grips on it, a fluted barrel, and what do they call those sights, Kenny?
Slab sights.
High-vis.
Those sights.
High-vis sights. This actually has proper target sights, your traditional old square, which I like actually. They're great in any light. A proper thumb rest on it as well. And it's the new Mark IV. And a lot of people who haven't picked up one of these say, well, it looks the same as a Mark III. But I'll show you in a minute the great feature on this. It's just disassembly. It's brilliant. But this is a great little pistol. It's got a great thumb rest on it that you can't see on that side for control. So when you lock this thing in and shoot it, it really gives a lot of control and stops muzzle flip because your thumb's resting on the top of it. Very nice little thing. Like I said, stainless hammer forged barrel, same issue. 2 10-shot mags it comes with, and a very nice trigger. So it's certainly one of our best sellers.
You can't really see it when you hold it like that, mate. So if you can hold it up for the camera.
Oh well, I was showing Kenny.
Yeah, and I was very impressed.
Yeah.
That's better.
So we'll drop that slide, and hopefully we'll pull this apart. You can see there is a button on the back of this, and that's the secret to the whole thing. Pretty simple. Just do that. And look at that. How easy is it to clean? The Mark IV was a real drama. That's complete disassembly by somebody very unqualified like myself in no time at all. Has that got a hole in it, Kenny? Yep. Oh, look at that shiny
That's
rifle.
optional, Bushy.
Yeah. But that's what and that's been a real good selling point for the Mark IV. It's such a simple design, scrubbed up really good. Great.
Sorry, Bush, to interrupt. We just had a question come through. A gentleman by the name of Zach wants to know, Digital Cara, you're writing it down. We'll get back to you, Zach, when Digital Cara writes that question down. Keep going, mate. Sorry to have disturbed you.
Right. So we'll put the bolt back in it.
We're about to see if Bushy can get it back together again.
Oh, well, yeah. Live.
Live.
We should start a book on this.
Yeah.
What are the
Great
odds?
little
What are
thing.
the odds, girls? What odds have we got that Bushy can get this back together again?
No.
Adam says we're not very muzzle conscious.
No. Well, the reason is because everything here is empty. Everything, the action is bolt open. It is a studio. You're going to point the thing around.
Correct.
That's the way. It's 100% safe in here.
Yep. And you find when a gunsmith's working on a firearm, he can't be terribly muzzle conscious when you're working on a
There
firearm.
isn't one of those here.
No, correct. So just before we get back to the Mark,
Right, I'll pull it apart.
the Mark IV, you're putting it together live.
Live.
Just a bit of a sidetrack. Someone wants to know: do we bring in a chassis for the Ruger Charger 22 or for the Mark range?
Ruger Charger 22. So the handgun. No, but basically, there's a lot of bolt-ons you can buy for a Ruger in the American market. For nearly everything I've showed you, you can get all sorts of chassis and all that. We represent Ruger. They don't offer it. So I'm sad to say we don't offer it. I'm not saying it's not available even on the Australian market. There's a lot of people who bring in aftermarket bits and pieces for Ruger.
Sure.
But we're not the authority on that.
And we're not distributors of those products
Yeah,
either.
so look, there probably is, but you've asked the wrong people. Sorry.
Yep.
Can't answer that one.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, live on Facebook, Bushy will now put this together, no problems at all.
Right. Is that the bolt? Must be. I love these things. I might add that probably should think about this when I do it, but you've only got to do that, haven't you, Kenny? And
Well, you're going close. You're going pretty close.
And
Yep.
that.
There you go.
There you
Look at
go. And I'll stick that magazine in and hold it open, and we're back to where we started. There you go. See? Easy as that. But the good thing about these two, we sell a hell of a lot of Ruger's Mark IVs that end up on pistol ranges. And when I say that, indoor pistol ranges, and they really copper caning. And I tell you what, it's the gun of choice. These things, it's just bulletproof. You can shoot high velocity, standard velocity, any kind of velocity through them. And those range guns literally shoot tens of thousands of rounds every month.
So Bush, we just had another question come in. Someone's saying, please get in some Rugers in 6.5 PRC.
Well, we have ordered some Rugers in 6.5 PRC. There's not a whole lot available yet. There's a Ruger Precision. There's the Long Range Hunter. We've ordered both those, but it's been a fairly new addition, so they'll be at the back of the queue, not the front of the queue. But they have been ordered, and we've had customer and dealer orders for them, and we're certainly going to stock them. I'm not going to say we're going to stock heaps of them because it is a limited calibre, but we will stock that calibre.
Is it pertinent to say at this time too, Bushy, that I think there are a lot of people who think that a company like Ruger has a whole bunch of rifles sitting on a shelf and we order them, they pack them and send them out to us.
Yeah.
That's not exactly how it works, is it?
Well, it's in this day and age, unfortunately, we probably deal with 2 or 3 people out of 70 companies that have something on the shelf that we can buy. Everything we order is built and it goes into a production cycle. Same with Ruger. Ruger don't have anything in stock. Never have anything in stock. So you can see why we just can't snap our fingers and get it. It goes into a production cycle with everything else they order, and it's all done by order date. So we're not disadvantaged by what we get at all. Some people say, oh, I don't get much from them, they're favouring domestic market. I don't believe that. They actually look after us pretty good. It's just that Ruger is just incredibly busy company. They're one of the most successful firearm companies in the world. They bring out new products, I'd almost say every week, if not every second week.
They're prolific at it, yeah.
Absolutely prolific. So that keeps the market going and keeps orders going and keeps their production going. And you say, well, how come we don't see those every couple of weeks? Half of them are handguns this long, some of them are AR-15s. You know, their products just don't fit into our market. Yeah. But I can tell you when they do have something, and we're going to have something on that shortly in these new shipments, brand new guns coming that we've never seen before. So we take advantage of anything new they produce that fits into our market.
Yeah. Okay, so Bushy, that's just taking through some of the range that we've got here, and what we're going to do very soon is take you through some of the new stuff that's also coming out. Ken, while you take that back, actually no, can you let Bushy take that back because I need your microphone here.
Right. Yes.
We've actually got one more question. Tanya is asking, is Nigel still single?
Oh, Tanya, what do you think?
Of course he is.
He's he lives in his mother's basement. I mean, it's not exactly a catch, is
he? Doesn't get out much.
Yeah.
I know you met him that time at the NIOA gun dealer show.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, he does have a photo of you in his wallet. I'll leave it at that. And but he's looking forward to you coming back. So.
I know him probably better than you, than most people, and he's going to be single for a long time.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I think you're right. Now listen, we've got some prizes to give away. All right. So our very first prize, which consists of, we've got a cap.
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
Hey?
Ruger cap.
I can't see you now.
That looks all right.
It's like
You're
a
gone.
10-gallon hat on a 2-gallon head.
Coming from the biggest head on
Whereas I have a 20-gallon head.
Okay. We have a Ruger.
Ruger /
Loophole. Yeah.
Stubby cooler.
Stubby cooler.
Wow.
And we also have one of these awesome, hold that Bushy,
Ooh.
bar mat. All right. Okay,
Beautiful.
so what we're going to do is Digital Cara is going to choose.
Bullshun.
Oh, look out, Digital Cara. Digital Cara is just going to choose someone just from
And
random.
the winner will not be Digital Cara either, all right?
Now listen. Yeah, listen up closely. Bring that microphone here.
Yeah, yes.
Because I want to say this to all the NIOA staff that are right now, instead of working, watching this live stream. And that means you, Michael. Okay, I think we know who we're talking about.
We know who we're talking
You
about.
can't win. All right.
I think-
This is for just the general public who want to win a prize from NIOA. This is up for grabs. We're going to have another pack later on in the live stream. So, Digital Cara, who we got?
Oh, I think it's going to be Chris with the tack driver.
Chris with the
Oh,
tack
look at
driver.
that.
Congratulations.
Well done, mate.
So how do we do we have to get Chris to PM us or something?
Yeah. Well, what's Chris going to do to us?
Personal message.
Yeah, Chris, get
Oh.
on the Facebook. Send us a message with your details, and we'll send that pack out for you.
Did I say something wrong?
Possibly.
It wasn't the Prime Minister.
No, it wasn't. All right, we've got some new stuff.
We have.
All right, so I'm just going to zoom in on that so people can see it. They can't see you or Ken.
Oh.
But let's talk about something new. It's the new Ruger American Hunter.
This is new.
Yes, this is actually brand new. You're looking at the image of it there. Some of you probably even aware of it if you've been to the Ruger website. This became available. They launched this product 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago, I ordered some, and in about another 3 weeks, we're going to have some. And that has never happened before. We've never got a new product that quick. So full credit to Ruger. The ones that are coming are in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's also available in 308, but 6.5s will be here in mid-July. And it's an absolutely awesome looking little rifle. It's got a Magpul stock on it that's fully adjustable for the cheek piece for height and length of pull from 13 inch to 15 inch. So that's an excellent radius for length of pull adjustment. It's got a heavy 20-inch barrel and a brake. So we're really looking forward to receiving that. It's a really excellent looking gun, and in two of our most popular calibers, 308 and 6.5.
It is up on our website already as well, so if you want to have a bit of a closer look at and more information, you could go to our website on that one.
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that because Digital Cara, she's got the link in your Facebook feed.
There's no doubt about Digital Cara.
Oh, she's on it today, I tell you. Digital Naomi's not doing a great job though, is she?
Yeah, she's there for moral support.
Okay, can we have a round of applause from the...
This is our first time.
Yeah, okay.
Shows.
Okay, so have we said all...
Do you want to say any more about... We've got no questions about the Hunter? Nothing?
Yeah, it's not far away.
Okay, it's not far away. That's got to be
At
good.
least it's a new... something new.
All right, so now what we've got is the new Ruger Wrangler.
Ah, the Wrangler, yes.
Yeah, this is a new little pistol, basically a rimfire version of a Vaquero cowboy gun. Very much an American market product, but I thought we'd give it a bit of a run here. It's available in 3 Seracote colours, black, silver and bronze. It's got a 4.5-inch barrel on it. It's a 6-shot 22 long rifle. But bear in mind this has got no sights. So it's got a front blade and a notch just like a Vaquero. So it's hardly your pristine target shooting 22, but I think quite a few people might use it just for practice, maybe even just for holstering, things like that for a cowboy practice. So it'll be interesting. We'll actually have some of these turning up in mid-July as well. And it's a very low price rifle, not a rifle, it's actually a handgun.
Yes, it is definitely
But yeah, it's good value for money, and it's just something new that they've added onto the range.
Yeah, I think the colour thing too, that's great. People are really looking for different options.
Oh, it's just a great price too for a Ruger.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, just for something new that's coming our way, Bushy, the Ruger GP100.
Yeah, well, Ruger started their very own custom shop last year, I think it was, and they made a couple of rifles. They've since added a couple more, and this is the second handgun to come from it. They had a 1911. And this is a super GP100. So it's basically a custom gun. So it's priced accordingly too. It's not the cheapest Ruger we've ever sold, but it's an 8-shot GP100, and they don't have one of those. They only come in 7s. It's 5.5-inch barrel, and basically it's like sending a gun to a gunsmith to get it worked. Every part inside it has been polished. It's got fantastic double action cycle on it and trigger let off. So it's very much a custom gun straight out of their custom shop rather than you taking it to a custom shop and getting it made. So something a little different that they haven't offered before. It's even got a target crown on the muzzle. You don't get that every day in a revolver.
It looks rather different with that spiral. Is that just some fluting on the
barrel?
Yeah,
it's got some fluting just for effect and a bit of lightweight.
Yep.
It also comes with 3 full moon clips. It comes ready to go to drop full moon clips into it. So there's quite a bit of work done to this handgun. Like you just pull it out and it's super competitive straight away. So not sure when they'll be arriving. Have ordered, but don't have an ETA on them yet.
It looks like like it's really highly polished, the blued finish on it as well.
Well, it's not a blued finish. Well, you should point out it's PVD. Oh. So it's actually a stainless revolver.
Oh, okay.
And it's PVD finish. And that is to keep the glare to an absolute minimum for your competition shooting. So it's a pretty tricky little revolver.
Just going back from the GP100, we've had a question come in, Bushy, regarding the Wrangler. I just want to know if the Wrangler's a single action.
It definitely is a single action. It's not double action.
Yeah.
Hence I said it's a rimfire vaquero sort of thing. That's your single action. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, look, we're going to be wrapping things up here very soon, but we do have some other questions that people have forwarded in. One person wanted to know if there's a Ruger lever release on the cards.
Well, I take it by the question, lever release means like the Verny Claron lever release. That's the only gun we really refer to with a lever release. And the answer is no. There's no noise, nothing that we've heard that for a gun like that coming on the market at this stage.
Yeah, okay. Some more stuff. The Ruger Precision rimfires, are there any aftermarket stocks available? And custom AR-15 style safety switches, rear stocks, hand grips for the same model? Any aftermarket magazines? And do you guys have any Ruger merchandise that you can give out for new purchases?
Well, if he's a winner.
Yeah, well, you've got to be a winner.
Yeah, well, that's
the same answer as before.
Yeah,
really.
similar to that. We don't do aftermarket. I lie a little there. We do have Lucky 13 aftermarket magazines that go into that. We've got 15-shot, 25-shot magazines that fit straight into that rifle. But yeah, as far as chassis and all that, I don't doubt there is, but we're not the right people to talk to. I actually haven't seen anything on the market yet. This rifle's in such high demand that we've just been struggling to try and get enough rifles, really, rather than worrying about bits and pieces for them. And I might add, for all